guys, what's up? And today we are back with another video, and today we are going to be doing some epic World War I totally accurate battle simulator battles. So yeah, but before we get into the video, only 12.5% of my viewers are actually subscribed, so please hit that subscribe button. It will really help me out, and yeah. Anyway, let's get into the video. It is time for the first battle for the French here. We have machine gun emplacements with an officer all around these trenches here. We have riflemen holding here ready to fire into the advancing Germans here. They have riflemen and some cavalry here. We also have artillery for the French to help try and take down these Germans. And in the back here, we have another line of Frenchmen. Plus, we have the colonel here in the back, ready for the last defense. Anyway, yeah, let's get into the battle. Look here, the cavalry scampering into these guys. The artillery and everything firing all at the same time. And everything. Look at this. Boom! Some of these shots hitting right spot on, but a lot of others missing here. The cavalry almost gets to the lines of riflemen, waiting for their demise. Over here, machine gunner opens fire. Also, guys, I apologize if this is a little bit laggy, because it might be, because my computer isn't too great. But don't worry, I'll upgrade it soon. And yeah, guys just all charging in. The cavalry taking huge casualties here. It's just pure chaos right now, as explosions ring all across from the German artillery. More machine guns open fire on the cavalry until all of them are dead. A lot of artillery fire coming off here, really destroying the French positions here, as the Germans march in and begin to fire on the French positions here. All along the line, all of them just charging into here, firing their weapons. Some explosions from French artillery ring out, but not many, as a lot of the artillery emplacements have been wiped out by friendly fire. More explosions ring out along the French lines as the French fire their rifles in vain to try and stop the German advance. But will it be enough to stop the Germans? They have a lot of men all in the open here, storming the French positions here. An artillery gun fires over here. French artillery now coming in, wiping out a lot of the soldiers here. Look at this. But still, the Germans still are advancing. A bomb gets fired here. Another one too. Exploding right in the middle of a bunch of Germans. And look at this. Ooh. It just barely missed that big clump of them. Meanwhile, the French positions are almost entirely destroyed. Now the Germans are advancing up to the second line of defense here. And now they open fire on the French emplacements, but the French are dug in well and have great defensive positions here. But the German artillery is wreaking havoc on these lines. Wow. A lot of Germans have died in the initial advance. Will it be enough to stop them? More French artillery comes out, but the German artillery is getting worse, as the French fire at the Germans. There's only one machine gun emplacement two. There's only a few machine gun emplacements still have soldiers manning them. Meanwhile, the first Germans get into the trenches here. They're now advancing as an artillery emplacement fires from cover and takes down a few of the Germans. Germans keep advancing into the trenches. A lot of Frenchmen are now dying, and they have taken down the second line of defense. They are now on the third line, and their artillery uh, keeps on wreaking havoc on these Frenchmen as they all open fire, but they are all now caught all in the open, and a lot of them are being taken down. There's still one artillery emplacement alive. Actually, two now. Two. Ready to fire. This one's almost finished reloading, and he just almost took down himself. Meanwhile, the French positions are absolutely shattered. There's too many Germans to count. And all of them just filtering into the trenches here. The last defense is needed. They have two machine gunners, one over here. I have no idea where the other one went, but it's here somewhere. And they have the colonel here, ready to make a last stand. Meanwhile, the Germans continue advancing. And the last defenders of the German lines. Oh damn, this guy is, are they on like quarter rations or what? Jeez. This guy is, okay. Last few, Frenchmen on this, third line of defense here, making a last stand. The cannon fires artillery, but they miss. Meanwhile, one of the machine gunners is opening fire on these Germans here, taking down a lot of them. But I do not think it will be enough to stop these guys. The colonel barely dodges a shot here. The German artillery continues firing on the French positions, but now the French have a little bit more cover than before. The French machine guns reloading now to open up again on these Germans here. They are not dead yet, but a direct hit with artillery even is not good enough, and they now open fire. All of the Germans just are, oh my god. But still, he keeps on firing. He's not dead yet. He's not dead. How? He's still firing his machine gun to the very last breath here. The French colonel fires a shot from his. He's the last Frenchman standing with a few riflemen that managed to retreat just in time. Plus, one more last machine gunner here as they round around the corner, taking down the colonel. The only person remaining is the machine gunner and the colonel. The colonel is still alive somehow. The machine gunner opens fire on the horde of Germans at the doorstep of the house. It is the last stand of the Frenchmen before the Germans get to him. The machine gun opens fire again, taking down a massive amount of Germans, almost killing all of them in the process. Oh my god, this battle is actually very close. Will the machine gun be enough to take down the rest of the Germans? Or will he die first? There's only a few Germans left, so he might be able to do it. As he reloads here for his next. Reloads his magazine. Oh my gosh, he fires. Oh my god! This last machine gunner making his last stand has won the entire battle for the Frenchman. Look how many guys he took down. Wow, that is a crazy victory. I did not think that would happen. Anyway, the field is littered with bodies of the dead men who entered this battle but never came out. Anyway, let's go into the next battle. After the Germans invaded France and Belgium, the British decided to try an invasion of the Ottoman Empire through the Dardanelles Strait here. But the Ottomans saw them coming and put up a bunch of units to try and stop them. We have Arab infantry here ready to hold this flank. We have regular Ottoman infantry up here and down there by those sandbags. And we have Ottoman melee knife soldiers as a last stand to try and stop these British soldiers from taking the Ottoman Empire and ripping it apart. Anyway, this is going to be a pretty interesting battle, so yeah, let's get into it. First shots come off at the British. Oh my god, look at this. Boom, shots just rip into them. All of these guys. The British soldiers are trying to advance, but the Ottomans are putting up heavy resistance. Anyway, the combined British, Australian, and New Zealand soldiers here just storming these Ottoman positions here, just ripping them apart with their gunfire. There's so much bullets flying through the air all the time as they just rip into the ranks of the Ottoman soldiers here, taking them down. But the Ottomans start putting up heavy resistance. The Ottomans don't have the support of artillery, so this could be a little bit hard for them. Try and stop these British soldiers from conquering their homeland. Meanwhile, some of the melee soldiers are actually made it out into the battlefield to try and reinforce these soldiers, but it might already be too late. The British has broken through the first line of defensive soldiers, and now the Australian melee soldiers are racing towards the British to try and take them down, but it will not be enough as they get mowed down. The British, Australian, and New Zealander soldiers are rushing forward to try and take these Ottoman positions. The Arab soldiers on this side stand up against these British soldiers over here. The British soldiers get closer and closer to taking down all of the Ottomans, but they are also taking heavy casualties here. The British has nearly broken through the center over here, but the flanks still stand. The Arab soldiers have taken more than 50% of the casualties here, but they still fight back. The British have taken down nearly all of the Ottoman soldiers in the center here, and they're still advancing despite taking heavy casualties. Meanwhile, the right flank has nearly taken down all of the advancing British soldiers here. But there are still more soldiers in the center that are going to try and flank these the soldiers on the flank here and break through the center. There's only a few soldiers left on this side, and they're getting taken down more and more by the second. There's one last melee soldier over here that is standing against the British. Over here we have one lone Australian soldier going up against all of these two Arab soldiers up here. Meanwhile, the rest of the British are advancing on this Australian flank to help reinforce their boys who are storming it up here. But the British have barely any soldiers left, so they need to make it quick. This battle is actually very close. Didn't think it would be this close, to be honest. Ooh. There's only a few British soldiers left here. Will it be enough to take down all of these Ottoman soldiers? It's a pretty even matched battle, honestly. There's only a few left. Oh my gosh, there's one. It's a 1 versus 3 here. Oh no. Oh, how is he still alive? And boom, that is an Ottoman victory here with only 3 soldiers left. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I was planning on doing another battle, but we don't have enough time, sadly. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.